So this is a nice project for the lathe. You can do the entire thing on the lathe, although I did come over to the mill at the very end. For this last cube, I'm actually moving to the mill. I could do this on the lathe, but the end mill won't fit into my drill chuck here, and although I could use a boring bar, it'll be a lot faster and a lot more accurate if I do it here on the mill. So the entire thing is possible to do on the lathe, but I'm just, I guess, taking a shortcut here on the mill with my bigger end mill for this last part. I already have it centered, and now I'm going to feed down 3/16 from the top of my face on all 6 sides. This is the Z-stop I'm using here, and as long as I come down to that same point on all 6 sides, that should leave me with consistent diameter because I'm using the same end mill and consistent depth. It's always important that your setups are clean. Dirt and burrs will create a problem in accuracy and seating, so I need to make sure everything's clean, and I'll set it up on a new side. Hole number 2. Look at this chip. There's these notches cut out. I think that's because as the tool came around, it was cutting, and every rotation there's a spot that's missing out of that surface. So that notch right there, the material that would be right there, was already removed from this side, and that's what gave the this pattern. I think that means whenever I'm cutting and there's more sides of the cube that are cut, you'll notice changes in the position of these notches. So when there's all 4 sides are cut, when we're making our last cut, I think we'll see 4 of these here instead of this spacing. The space can be 4 times less. And I think when we do it here on our 3rd side, because there's 2 sides, we should see 1, 2, and then a big space, 1, 2, and a big space. I hope that's what we see. That would be pretty cool to see these chip with patterns. This is our first edge, and we're ready to go for our first corner on this side. And it looks just like I predicted. You see we've got 2 notches in a large space, 2 notches in a large space, and that's because in our part we have 2 spaces already cut out, and that's where this pattern comes from. That is the last corner right there. Again, we're seeing the same chip pattern at the bottom because we've got 2 sides again that we're cutting against. These are our last 2 sides. Now we have 3 in a row right there, and on our last side it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, all consistently aligned in these holes here. Our last side. As I go down this last part, you will also be able to hear the chip pattern forming, a consistent 4 clicks as I'm cutting. And there we have it. These are all equally spaced, and it is 4 times exactly the distance, or 1/4 of the distance of our first chip. Have it. Taking a lot of material off this block, and now we have a cube and a cube and a cube and a cube. They're not independent from each other. If we wanted to make them so they rattle around, we'd have to go in here with a boring bar and sort of cut those corners off on all the sides. But I think this is cool just as it is, a static piece. And the last thing I need to do, of course, every project you got to deburr all the edges that you've cut.